Ano-ano ang serbisyo na hindi nakuha ng taong bayan? Panalo o talo? DWIZ 2025 Year-End Report. Ano-ano ang mga ahensya ng gobyerno, grupo, mga lingkod bayan ang naging tama at mali ang paglilingkod kasama ang mga naglalakihang mga issues ng 2025. Panalo o talo? DWIZ 2025 Year-End Report. Hatid ng buong puwersa ng Aliw Broadcasting Corporation. DWIZ News. DWIZ News FM. DWIZ News TV. And DWIZ News online platforms. Panalo o talo. DWIZ 2025 Year-End Report. Nagpapalaganap ng tamang balita at tamang paglilingkod sa Metro and Mega Manila at buong bansa. Ito ang News and Information Station ng Aliw Broadcasting Corporation. Ito po ang DWIZ. Nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama. Ngayong Pasko hanggang dumating ang 2026. Proud member of ALC Group of Companies. Latest, pinakabago at tama. DWIZ News Catch Up. News Catch Up.
Pilipinas, narito na mga tamang balita sa oras na ito. In-inspeksyon ng Philippine National Police ang mga air assets ni dating Ako Bicol Congressman Zaldico sa Daraga Albay. Unang sinuyod ng mga otoridad ang isang hangar sa Bicol International Airport kung saan natagpuan ang ilang mga pribadong eroplano. May mga tauhan ding naabutan doon na kasalukuyang nagpapalipad ng aircraft. Ayon kay Colonel Oscar Regala ng CIDG Bicol, parte pa rin ito ng direktibang suriin ang lahat ng mga properties na pag-aari daw ng dating mambabatas.
DWIZ News Catch Up. News Catch Up.
At yan mga tamang balita sa oras na ito. Mag-follow at subscribe sa lahat ng DWIZ News digital accounts. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, X, DWIZ News app at DWIZ News website. Ako po si Gilbert Perdez. Nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama.
Oras-oras nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama. DWIZ News Catch Up. News Catch Up. Ang lahat ng opinyon, pagtingin, pananaw o kuro-kuro ng mga bisita at panauhin o mga anchors o host sa programang ito ay sarili at tanging opinyon at pananaw ng mga nabanggit at hindi opinyon o pananaw ng Aliw Broadcasting Corporation, mga producers o mga namamahala ng Aliw Broadcasting o anumang organisasyon na affiliated sa network at kailanman ay hindi iniendorso ng Aliw Broadcasting Corporation ang mga nabanggit na opinyon at pananaw sa programa.
Mga isyung legal ay pag-uusapan, bibigyan daan, mga karapatang dapat ipaglaban, sasagutin ang katanungan ng mga taong naghahanap ng katarungan. Dito sa programa, Laban para sa Karapatan, kasama si Attorney Lorna Capunan. Laban para sa Karapatan.
Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Nandito po tayo sa Laban para sa Karapatan. Attorney Lorna Patao Capunan with my co-host Kajimi Regalario. Kajimi, good morning.
Magandang talakayan ngayon, no? Ang ating pag-uusapan ay labanan.
Dapat naka-white pala tayo kasi
Oo nga,
for tomorrow, black tayo ngayon. But anyway, we're still mourning. We should be celebrating na deny yung appeal, ng detention. Pag-uusapan natin yan mamaya. Our guest today actually needs no introduction, but let me introduce him. He is third generation, no? Lorenzo Reyes Tañada, the third. The third. Meron bang the fourth? You have
my cousin who is the son of the junior. Kwan lang naman ako, accidentally na ginawang the third because the junior was not yet married at the time. That my father and my mother got married and then I was going to be
He is the grandson of Senator Lorenzo M. Tañada, the grand old man of Philippine politics, a nationalist and human rights champion. Okay, he is also the son of Bobby Tañada, former senator and nationalist leader. Naging Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, former Congressman of the Quezon Province 3rd District, and ito yung impressive, his legislative record and his advocacy. He championed the Freedom of Information Bill. Yun ang kailangan natin ngayon, ano? A human rights legislation, consumer protection measures, and transparent governance measures. And among the things that he championed was the amendment of the Ombudsman Law, correct? Okay, he has an active voice in campaigns for justice, rule of law, and civil liberties. Diretso na raw siya sa rally bukas. Ready now. We have with us, thank you for giving us your time from your busy schedule. We have with us a good friend, Erin Tañada, widely recognized for democratic principles of transparency and anti-corruption.
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Oo.
Okay.
Tama, bukas, makikita-kita tayo dyan sa, sa EDSA.
People power.
People
People
Power,
Power.
yeah.
Before we go into the issue of corruption and transparency, ano ba ang latest intel ninyo sa destabilization? We just finished a rally of a big religious group, the Iglesia, and contrary to expectations or fears of the public, it was very peaceful.
Yes.
Except for the drama made by the
Amy.
president's sister, Amy. It was a very peaceful and transparent rally.
That is true. I think the other venue that they were expecting to mobilize more people also did not really happen. There was a group that was supposed to be scheduled to mobilize at the People Power Monument, also at the same time with the Iglesia ni Cristo. When I passed there that weekend, sabi ko, handa talaga sila na malaki. Bakit? Meron silang LED wall all the way to the entrance of White Plains.
Really?
No, clear, yes. I think there were a total of 8 LED walls.
Wow.
So sabi
To
ko,
cover it,
so that the people would know what would be happening on the main stage. So sabi ko, imagine the whole length of White Plains up to maybe a few meters before the gasoline station in the corner. May LED wall. Pero, were they able to mobilize the numbers that they were expecting? Hindi nga yata umabot ng 5,000.
Oh, mas marami pang araw pulis Dumaan nga ako doon. Mas marami pang mga security, mga police than participants. Why do you think, Kong, Erin?
There are a lot of speculations, but I don't know. If there's really support for the group that was calling for the mobilization in the People Power Monument at that time, November 16, 17, 18, dapat nagpakita sila. Pero mukhang walang support
I think because nag-change ang message, ang narrative, no? From what was supposed to be a rally for accountability and transparency, somewhere along the way, naging oust BBM movement, naging oust the president, naging maraming natakot doon.
Yes,
and maraming nag-withdraw ng support.
Yes, and if they were planning to, kasi may naririnig tayo, supposed to be November 17, bagong presidente raw tayo, no? Mukhang hindi talaga nag-materialize dahil yes, we would acknowledge the mobilization in Luneta by the religious group, no? But
Ang dami, hindi ba ka, Jimmy?
kalahating milyon.
500,000.
And I was monitoring the news feeds that morning. They were already practically filling up already the area, Luneta Park, but parang the numbers were not actually matching the pictures that we were seeing. Sabi ko, baka depressed pa yung numbers na binibigay ng media because they were saying it was 15,000, 20,000. Para sa akin, umaabot ng mga 50, 70,000 na yun. No? But later in the evening, talagang the numbers were actually being given. It was around 500,000 to 600,000. So
And
I think that
it really
Yeah.
looked like
Yeah.
500,000, 600,000.
Yes.
To the credit of Iglesia, no?
Yes.
When they mobilize, they can really mobilize.
Yes.
No? And isang direksyon lang.
Oo. And then sa kabila naman, kasi yung nakakatawa, yung PubMat nila, Iglesia ni Cristo, JIL, the
Kibuloy.
Kingdom of
Kibuloy,
Jesus. Oh, so yung JIL and Kingdom was being people power, and then the Iglesia would be in Luneta. Yun nga eh. Bakit hindi nag-mobilize ang JIL? Was the PubMat fake? But there was no mention from JIL that disowning the PubMat.
Ano yung PubMat?
The one they post in social media.
Okay.
No. The same with the Kibuloy group. There was no statements denouncing it. So people would think, aba, kaya everybody was on their toes. Kung talagang magmo-mobilize ang JIL at kwan, na we're expecting a big number also in People Power Monument. Pero it didn't happen.
Okay. Ka-Jimmy,
Hindi
maalala
pa-
mo nung nag-guest natin dito si
Sino?
Padilla, the spokesperson of the AAP,
Yeah.
at tinanong mo kung totoo nga nan linapitan si Browner, no? At ang sagot is yes.
Namin niya rito, di ba?
Yes.
Hindi.
So, hindi sila
yan ang
nakamobilize
main
ng
concern ko. Ang
military.
tingin ko,
Yes.
yung mass movement of people, no? Naghahanap na talaga ng tamang direksyon eh. Kaya yung even the Iglesia as a group, no? Nagre-rethink ng mga posisyon. Kaya doon pa lang sa Luneta, sinabi na nila eh, transparency and accountability ang issue. But hindi tayo lalagpas doon. Kaya nung nagsalita si Amy, he was reprimanded eh. Di ba? He was reprimanded. Sabi sa kanya nung, hindi ganyan yung tema nung mobilization na to, nitong demos rally na to. At hindi na nila tinuloy yung ika-third day.
Yes.
Do you think that was
Pinutol
the
na
reason?
nila because of that event na parang binayolate ni Amy yung yung condition na dapat ipatupad. Dapat kasi after that meron silang rally dyan sa sa White Plains.
The first question that entered my mind when they announced the mobilization of November 16 to 18, bakit 3 araw? No, because if it's just a message that they want to send, bringing in 500,000 people would already deliver that message. They've done that during the impeachment issue of Vice President Sara. They mobilized and they were able to deliver the message, no? So why 3 days? That entered the questions of some people. If you are fighting for accountability and transparency, isang araw na malaking
Hindi.
rally, tapos na yun eh.
Yeah, ang tingin ko talagang nagplano sila ng destabilization. And I think may mga reports pa nga na prior to that, nagpunta itong Sara Duterte dun sa headquarters sa Silang ng mga polis. At pinasok niya at 11 o'clock in the evening. Yan yung pinaka main force ng police force. Andyan yung SWAT, andyan yung armory nila. And for what meeting? Ang lumabas na istorya lang, nag-usap sila ni Tebes because si Tebes daw ay dun daw na naka-detain. Nagbigay ng pera and they discuss about what will happen dito sa rallying gaganapin. Tapos, pangalawang questionable point that should have been raised, talaga namang inamin nila rin sa AFP na pumasok yung mga retired generals na marami kasing nasa it was also reported, I don't know if it's true, na yung maraming retired generals under the payroll nitong si Digong. And thirdly, talagang yun na lang ang chance eh. But by which they can they can swing the people's support through destabilization. Hindi, ang tingin nila, pag na-destabilize, lalabas ang tao. At pag nakuha na yung gobyerno, siguro, ay talagang makakapagpaago sila ng support. Pero it appears na wala yung inaasahan ng support even within the ranks nung kanilang mga inaasahang leaders. Hindi nag-deliver eh.
Yes.
Kaya yung ika-third day nila dito sa EDSA, hindi na talagang kinancel na ng iglesia yung participation, nag-fizzle out na yung plano.
Yes. Okay, now we go fast forward, no. The problem, ang sinasabi ng marami is wala tayong well, first what's preventing the ouster of BBM, of our president, is we will have a horrible vice president in the person of Sara Duterte. But that's neither here nor there, because some are saying marami pa ring loyalist ang Duterte, no? At hindi natin alam kung paano nila idadramatize itong, ay kawawa naman si President Duterte, na-deny na naman, anong gagawin natin and all that. It could be a wala pa tayong tipping point. Ang tatanungin ko, you are in the opposition. You have a whole history of the Liberal Party and all that during the two-party system, and fairly recent, opposition pa rin. But ang tanong ng marami, saan ang opposition? Where is the opposition? Whatever happened to very strong presidential candidate, the person of Leni Robredo? She hasn't even been weighing in on national issues. Parang happy na siya na
Ang
maging
position
mayor.
nga ni Robredo, Marcos resign. He
Totoo
appeared
ba
on a
yan?
video. Nakita ko once pero hindi nila tinuloy-tuloy eh. At sinasabi niya, pinag-resign niya, pag ginong Pangulo, mag-resign na ho kayo. Ngayon, maganda yung position na kinlarify ni Montulfo. Nang in-interview siya ni Edwin Lasierda. At tinanong niya, ano ba tingin mo dun sa panawagan na Marcos resign? O sabi naman ni Tulfo, ang hirap nitong posisyon natin sa ganyan. At ang problema, pag nag-resign si Marcos, magte-take over yung baliw. That's the very exact word na sinabi ni Montulfo, no? O ngayon, between a baliw taking over saka a poor president na kulang sa political will ang magstay, piliin mo na yung hindi baliw.
Okay, tell us about the opposition. Is there, number one, is there really an opposition? Because even sa pagplano ng rally sa bukas, dami-daming suggested agenda, no? Marami-raming grupo na gustong bumida, no? Although, of course, the clear message comes from Ambo, no? Cardinal Ambo, who gives the clear message.
Yes.
Pero ang daming sumisingit na Labor Party,
Yes.
Youth Party, and all that, nadi-diffuse. I think that is the weakness of what appears to be a disjointed opposition.
Well, the opposition is there. It depends on who you would want to listen to. If you will talk about legislative opposition, I doubt if the people in the Senate, who are identified with the Vice President, may be considered the opposition because they've been quiet, and some of them are involved in the issue.
Some of them are in hiding, baka maaresto na. Si Bato,
yes.
hindi na nag-attend ng budget hearing to defend the budget.
Wala na. Even as early as
nagtatago
November 10, disappearing nga. Sabi ng iba, yung Bato naging buhangin na. Parang kanta. Anyway,
kasama naman niya si Robin Hood Padilla daw pag
yes.
pag pumunta sa Hague. Yes. I'm sorry.
Kung doon ka simplistic yung pagtingin, yung nag-fiscalize rin talaga ng administration, I would say still the three senators who are identified with the administration. Kiko Pangilinan, Bam Aquino, and Risa Ontiveros. They're only identified because we have this simplistic view that you're either with the majority or the minority, but people don't understand sometimes that you choose also who you would want to lead the Senate. So it doesn't mean that you chose this person over the other to lead the Senate. You're automatically with the administration, not necessarily. And this would be seen by the questions raised by Kiko, by Risa, different during the budget.
Correct.
No. In the House, I think it's clear because you have Chel, you have the Kabataang Party.
Yeah. Sa house, mabibiling mo sa 10 fingers mo.
Yung the nowhere to be found.
Also.
House not speaking.
Wala.
Nga with the minority.
Anong yung ay kasi may mga nagtataping ko, ano ba ito? Dahil mukhang makadut.
Hindi. Matter is joining the anti-corruption PESA March, which is the church-led. There are, I think, around 70 dioceses that are joining, no, all over the country. Some started yesterday, some today, some tomorrow. Ang panawagan ito yung panawagan na kung saan nagkakaisa ang lahat, no. Number 1, against corruption. Number 2, dapat ipasa na ang anti-political dynasty law. So, dalawang venue yan, sa Luneta at pareho. Number 3, I think yung independent
To strengthen the
independent commission on infrastructure, kailangan bigyan ng ngipin, hindi by EO, by law. Okay rin yun. Number 4, I think FOI is there also. And then after that, nag-diverge na. Yung sa Luneta, ang panawagan, Marcos resign, Duterte resign. Yung sa People Power, walang ganun na panawagan. Although, there might be some who would say Duterte resign only.
So, yung tanong nga ni Ka Jimmy, no, and your answer na Lenny will be there, Mayor Lenny will be there in Naga supporting the Trillion March, no, is not inconsistent with what we hear, no, because pwede kang magsuporta at pwede ka ring anti-mark, pwede ka ring BBM resign, no. It's not inconsistent.
Yes.
So talagang hindi pa talaga klaro, but maraming we guessed it.
Hindi, ang tingin ko dapat i-draw yung political line na guguhit sa lahat. No, kung tumawag na si Cardinal Ambo, pakinggan natin si Cardinal Ambo. Hindi yung kanya-kanyang guhit, ano? At gusto ibandera, no? Ibandera yung kanya-kanyang political line. Kaya merong resign all, merong resign Marcos, merong resign. Hindi pwedeng ganyan sa isang mass movement na dinadaluhan na ng daang libong katao, no? Dahil bihirang mangyari yan, para wag malito, mag-draw na ng isang political line. No, ngayon, kung sino man yung gustong mag-claim ng credit dyan, wag na muna, magkaisa na lang muna at may isang fulcrum dyan na dapat sundin. Kung nagbitaw na ng panawagan yung kardinal at sumunod itong, alam nyo ba ang dami ng mga parishes na yan kung ilang milyon ang kaya niyan dalhin? pag nagbigay ng isang panawagan ang ating kardinal at yung CBCP na desidido talagang lumabas at harapin yung korupsyon na yan, malakas yan.
Yeah.
Huwag na kayong pumapel pa kung sino man kayo, di ba? Anong opinion mo, Ron?
Well, yun nga. Kaya nga, very active si Cardinal Ambo dito sa activity on Sunday. No, as a matter of fact, he is attending also the mass. No, although he does not want to celebrate the mass, he will be attending the mass. He wants to be among the priests. No, dahil syempre he carries
Kasi
the title.
nakalagay sa program,
pero
concelebrated.
Malaking bagay yan. Naalala ko yung EDSA Uno eh. Si Cardinal nakiramdam muna ng ilang araw bago lumabas eh. Ito, siya yung nanawagan eh.
Oo.
Pag nanawagan na yung pinaka-head ng 84% ng total population, punta na tayo doon. Sabay-sabay na tayo. Huwag na tayong pumapil pa.
I think, wala pa kasing tipping point. The
Yeah.
difference between Cardinal Sin and Cardinal Ambo now is Cardinal Sin had a snap elections na garapal ang results. Na talagang panalo ang isang Cory Aquino at nag-declare na siyang panalo. So that was the tipping point. Galit ang tao kasi feeling ng tao, linuloko niyo naman kami. And then that was the cry. And then of course there was the RAM and the military component, no,
Yes.
and etc. Dito parang ang daming kulang pa, wala pang hinog na tipping point.
Oo.
Hindi klaro ang military civilian alliance, no, hindi klaro. Wavering pa. Hindi klaro ang succession issue.
That's another
Yung issue ng succession.
clear problematic area.
Ilalagay mo dyan ng isang
Maganda siguro, ibigay mo yung opinion mo.
Yeah, what-
Isa ka naman sa kinikilalang leader ng mass movement. And at the same time, ang mahalaga sa'yo, presidente ka ngayon ng isang partido na kinikilalang puwersa, no, na pwedeng itapat doon sa halalan, no, yung Liberal Party. No?
Well, ang clear kasi is that I think what people are struggling with right now is are we going to continue with the constitutional process or not?
Yan.
I think that's the main thing. That's why people are at the point of naka-standby mode dahil nga yung nasa number 2 position is not light. And if we get to the tipping point and that it's just kumuha ka ng bato at pinukpok mo yung sarili mo pag ganun ang nangyayari. Kaya everybody right now is looking at other ways on how to have the change that they want. The long game is the 2028 elections, of course. No, if
Okay.
you want to follow the constitutional process, and this has been doing the rounds, the only way to get to number 3, the third person in the succession under the Constitution,
is you let both of them go.
that's yes. And then the question will be: Will one resign? Will the other resign? What if one does not resign? So ang hirap eh.
Hindi, ganito yung tingin ko eh. Ang pagpapalabas ng tao na bumibilang ng hundreds of thousands, alam mo, yung unang labas ng tao nung EDSA Uno, ang tingin ko wala pang 50 million eh. Pero gumalaw, nayanig yung buong, yung buong Pilipinas eh.
Even yung unang gabi was not even
1,000.
50,000. That was only around 2,000 at the most. Hati sa 2 gate, isa sa
Correct.
Camp Aguinaldo, isa sa
Nagdadala
Camp
lang ng mga
Crame.
pagkain doon
Oo.
sa sundalo.
Sila Butchakina yun.
Ano kami?
Nung umaga lang,
Nakita-kita
lumaki
doon
yun.
sa Isitan, di ba? Nag-march galing Isitan papunta sa camp. Pero ang punto, talagang maliit lang. Pero nandyan na yung 100,000 as estimated, no? Pero dapat isipin na merong merong tumutulak sa nagbubugso dun sa tao para lumabas ang issue, korupsyon. Ngayon, babalikan mo yung Nepal. Ang Nepal, ang issue lang dun, restriction dun sa paggamit ng social media. Di ba? Galit na galit yung mga Gen Z
Yes.
dahil sila yung affected ng issue. Ngayon, naging violent.
Yes.
Pero hindi napigilan nung kanilang militaryong yung mga init ng ulo, nagpaputok at 11 mga namatay.
Yes.
O yun, ang tipping point doon, yung galit ng mga Gen Z na mababaw yung issue, di ba? Paggamit lang ng cellphone yun na nilagyan ng restriction. Ngayon, what happened to Nepal? Nepal has never been the same again after that event.
Yes.
Ang dami ng patay. Hanggang ngayon, continuing yung patayan.
Pero ang Nepal was spontaneous Dito naman hindi mo mapaplano yung isang
Spontaneous event.
you can never plan a spontaneous event, no? That's why
Kaya
ang
nga
tanong ko, well, what? Will December 15, no? You have
Well,
I've read your
Yeah.
I've read your advocacy, and part of what you have done for the House is the Ombudsman law. Pag-usapan natin yung Ombudsman law, no? A lot of the itong Ombudsman, we're putting faith in him. Meron siyang maraming in-announce na by
Ibukulong.
December 15
Yes.
makukulong, no? At nakita naman natin yung slow by slow, no? Mga naaaresto. Pero mga naaaresto, yung mga DPWH.
Yun nga.
DPWH pa lang, no?
Oo.
Saan ang isang saldi ko? Ikaw, what do you think of this ombudsman?
Well, first of all, si Ombudsman Boying came into the position sometime late October, no? Kaya nga there has to be a little leeway on how he would proceed. Pero he was very bold in saying that by December,
May
hindi
makukulong.
lalagpasan December, may makukulong. Ngayon,
May follow up pa yung presidente dyan, di ba?
Oo.
Merong mga taong hindi magki-Christmas.
hindi magki-Christmas. So people are waiting. No, people are waiting. Let's see kung totoo yung sasabihin ni Boying.
Ang problema kumakanta na si Jo Marichan.
Hindi.
Christmas na, magkakalimutan na.
Yun yung kailangan tignan rin natin. It's not, yes, Christmas is there. Tingin ko after November 30, people will shift for a while.
Yes.
Their anger and think of Christmas. But remember, in a few months, in 2 months, it's the 40th anniversary of EDSA.
Yeah.
So if the promises of this administration and the ombudsman are not kept, no, we're looking at the 40th anniversary of EDSA in February. Wala nang Pasko yan. So balik uli sa issue, and that might be another big rally that would be scheduled for sure because it's the 40th anniversary, and hopefully, no, na merong mga nakulong by then. And kaya sabi ko nga dapat itong rallying ito sa bukas talagang malaki dahil magbe-vacation mode lahat
Oo.
Magve-vacation
Lalo
mode.
na end of the month, no, naglabas na mga companies ng mga 13th month pay, holiday spirit na. But before we talk about what's happening tomorrow, konti mo ng time check ka, Jimmy.
Ang ating oras ay 11:35 at 12:35.
11:35.
11:35 kasi mali ang relo natin.
Kaya napatingin ka.
11:30.
Laban para sa karapatan. That time check was brought
Mga lugar na pinuntahan ng ibang tao, mga produkto, serbisyo na rekomendado. Alamin sa Highly Recommended.
Tikman ang mga natatanging putahe ng Bacolod na tsak na mapapabalik ka sa sobrang sarap. Una na dyan ang chicken inasal, ang tanyag na inihaw na manok ng Bacolod. Binabad sa espesyal na timpla ng kalamansi, suka, bawang at atsuete. Pagkatapos ay inihaw sa uling for more tasty and savorable experience. Sunod dyan ang piyaya, isang matamis na flatbread na puno ng muscovado sugar. Perfect bilang merienda o pangpasalubong. Ang kansi naman ay isang mainit na sabaw na kombinasyon ng bulalo at sinigang, gamit ang batuan bilang pampaasim at karaniwang may laman ng baka at bone marrow. Ang KBL naman o kadyos, baboy at langka, isang tradisyonal na ulam na may pigeon peas, baboy at langka na may natatanging asim mula sa batuan fruit. At ang huli ay ang Napoleones, isang masarap na pastry na may manipis na mga layer ng dough at matamis na custard filling, pinatungan ng sugar glaze para sa dagdag na tamis. Kaya't wag nang palampasin pa na matikman ang mga natatanging putahe ng Bacolod. Kaya't tara na at lasapin ang mga ito sa inyong susunod na food adventure. At yan ang ating highly recommended.
5 p.m. Pauwi ka na ba o papasok pa lang? Siya na ang opisyal na makakasama mo on the road. Si Bong Nebriha sa Biyahe IZ. Pagtaas ng gasolina, may strike ba o wala? Saan traffic, saan hindi? All-in-one balitaan sa mundo ng transportasyon. Biyahe IZ sa DWIZ News, Metro and Mega Manila, DWIZ News FM Regional Stations, DWIZ News TV at DWIZ News Online. Bong Nebriha sa Biyahe IZ. Tara, babiyahe na! Araw-araw, 5 p.m. Latest, pinakabago at tama. DWIZ News Catch Up. News Catch Up.
Pilipinas, narito na mga tamang balita sa oras na ito. Welcome sa pamilya ng mga biktima ng sinasabing war on drugs campaign ng Duterte administration. Ang hatol ng International Criminal Court Appeals Chamber na ibasurang hirit nitong interim release, partikular ng dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Sinabi ng National Union of People's Lawyers, abogado ng mga biktima ng war on drugs ng nakaraang administrasyon, na matibay ang merito, factual at legal ang ruling ng ICC. Ipinuntupan ng grupo ng mga abogado na nabigo ang defense team na i-argue ang paglaya ng dating Pangulo sa ilalim ng humanitarian grounds.
DWIZ News Catch Up. News Catch Up.
At yan ang mga tamang balita sa oras na ito. Mag-follow at subscribe sa lahat ng DWIZ News digital accounts, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, X, DWIZ News app at DWIZ News website. Ako po si Gilbert Perdes, nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama.
Oras-oras nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama. DWIZ News Catch Up. News Catch Up.
Ang balitang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng Arena Plus. Sama-sama sa arena. Arena Plus.
Ang balitang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng Cebu Pacific. Let's fly every Juan.
Laban para sa karapatan. Kasama si Attorney Lorna Capunan. Laban para sa karapatan.
Balik po tayo dito. Balik tayo sa laban para sa karapatan. Umiinit na ang diskusyon natin, Jimmy, kasi na-mention na ni Kong Erin. Tinanong natin, meron nga ba talagang opposition? And he mentions meron naman. Unfortunately, maraming sumasakay sa agenda ng opposition.
Yes.
We don't know who the opposition is. There are those, kunyari, si Tulfo parang opposition, pero Tulfo is for Tulfo. Hindi mo alam sino may political ambitions dyan. Yung mga nagsasalita, anti-administrative. You don't know what political ambitions is. Ang sinasabi during the break ni Ka Jimmy is, hindi na natin malulokong mga tao. Miski Christmas yan,
Yes.
walang pambili ng
Oo.
spaghetti, hotdog, tsaka Noche Buena ang
I think
mga
nga,
tao.
nagkakaroon nga ng diskusyon ngayon yung sinabi ni Secretary Roque ng DTI, 500.
500.
Oo.
Saan? Sabi nga ng, saan yung grocery na may 500 na yan? Punta kami
Pang
dyan.
Noche Buena raw.
Ang Noche Buena.
Oo.
Kaya
Kaya,
kailangan pagsabay-sabay niyan yung usapin ng ekonomiya, no? Na napakatindi, hindi nila nabibigyan ng diin eh. At pangalawa, politically may problema rin talaga yung korupsyon, no? At saka etong ating mukhang hindi niya kaya, no, nitong pangulo ngayon, no, kung ano yung gagawin niya, at patuloy na siyang ina-undermine naman ng pangalawang pangulo na from the words of Montulfo, baliw, no. So ang punto, medyo matinding matinding sitwasyon yan. Ngayon, doon sa opposition sa political structure diyan sa Senado, halimbawa, ang tingin ko, meron naman silang alternatibo, not the Tulfos, of course, ang daming record niyan. Isa lang ang pwede nilang gawing diyan parang Cory Aquino nung 19 si Risa Ontiveros. I think si Risa is a good presidentiable na pwedeng pantapat kay Sara. At I think hindi mananalo si Sara kay Risa Ontiveros. Yan, kung meron kang alternative, meron ka pang mass movement at yung tao galit, naglalabas ng 100,000 sa kalye, aba, ano na yan? Pwede mo na i-consider na hinog na ang panahon, no? Na kapag nagkaroon na ng diinan doon sa alternatibo meron, di ba? Ano ang pwedeng pamamaraan? Aba, kung ayaw yung umalis dyan, marami ng pamamaraan na pwedeng isipin dahil lumalabas na ang tao.
yes.
I think yung kasi the position, you don't seek the position.
You don't. Oo.
The position will seek you. So, although merong Risa,
Sa Rotary lang yun.
merong Tulfo, wala na Rotary, wala na naniniwala sa Rotary. Rotary, is it the truth? Kaya lahat ng mga Rotarians, politiko na rin. But my point here is, I don't think we should think as far as the elections, no. Let's talk about the here and the now. Nakakalimutan ng tao yung narrative before this flood mess happened. Yung narrative ng impeachment. Okay? Because sinasabi nila itong wannabe na gustong maging presidente. Wait a minute. Paano na si Piato,
Of course.
paano na yung assassination attempt niya? Paano na yung mga ginawa niya? There's 7 impeachable charges
Yes.
against her.
Yes.
Huwag nating kalimutan.
And that is one of the things that the organizations are planning to file come February.
Oh, or I will ask you the opinion kasi maraming nagsasabi na if the majority remains, that means Senate President Tito Sen, and the majority remains, all that they have to do is by a majority vote take the impeachment complaint out of the archives. Kasi in the 20th Congress, bago nagkagulo, nung sinabi ng Senate, will the 20th Congress affirm the decision of the 19th?
Yes.
Lumabas ang 20th Congress, sinabi nila, okay. So, hindi na kailangan. Ang problema, pag pinasok pa yan as an issue, baka mag-falter ang mga votes. Hindi na kailangan nun. Kailangan, in my opinion,
Okay, yes.
kailangan lang by majority vote, i-revive, tanggalin sa archive.
Well,
Sa palagay niyo po.
that is true if the Senate President feels that he has the majority vote to pull the articles
the
of
archives.
impeachment
Tama.
out of the archives. Dahil baka yung pag pinag-uusapan tungkol sa posisyon, okay siya. Pero pag pinag-uusapan to pull out of the archives might be another story in itself. So, yun yung dapat i-weigh ating nagsusulong ng impeachment. Kaya
Pero sa palagay ng opposition, is that still
Hindi, meron.
alive, the impeachment issue?
well, it is.
No.
They will
Tandaan.
refile the
Yeah.
complaint come February.
Okay, may tanong ako. Kasi US, malaki-laki yung grupo na pinangungunahan mo yan bilang presidente ng Liberal Party. At ang hindi alam ng ibang liberal, malaki rin yung pangalan na dala-dala mo pagdating dun sa mga mass movement. At yung pagtayo mo dyan na hindi nangangahulugan na dala mo lang ang isang grupo, kundi malaking lawak ng tagasunod ang pwede mong makumbinsing sumunod sa'yo. Kung ikaw ang mag-iisip, na meron tayong struktura pampolitika, na merong mass movement, at meron tayong 84% na Katoliko na pinangungunahan ng isang kardinal na napakatino at napakagaling ng pag-iisip. Ano ang tingin mo step by step na dapat gawin at dapat itong isulong na?
Well, syempre ang panawagan dito of course ng iba't ibang mga grupo at simbahan talagang ang call lang naman diyan ilantad, ibalik, ikulong, ipanalo, no? So, yan yung call ng simbahan. Of course, ilantad lahat naman korupsyon, hindi lamang sa flood control, kundi sa lahat ng iba't ibang mga infrastructure projects. Hindi lamang yan. Alam natin, hindi lang naman sa DPWH may korupsyon sa iba't ibang mga ahensya rin.
Lumabas nga yung BIR, yung mga letters of instructions ng BIR.
So, lahat dapat habulin. Ibalik. Syempre, ito yung away ni Ombudsman at ni Senator Marcoleta. Bakit mo pinapabalik yung pagbalik parang kondisyon para maging state witness? Hindi. I'm not and they were very strong si Ombudsman Boying with regard to that, no? Pero if there's repentance and remorse, that is really part of the whole way of showing na talagang sinasabi nagkamali, no? So kailangan ibalik lahat ng mga ninakaw nila. Of course, kailangan may kukulong, no? And then yung sa ipanalo, at this point, merong mga specific bills. And this is also addressed to the President. Kung talagang gusto niya mag-iwan ng mark in history, no? Hindi lang yung sumabog yung issue ng korupsyon sa mukha niya, pero ipasa niya yung anti-political dynasty bill.
Hindi, meron nung kasi tinitingnan ko yung t-shirt mo, tumayo ka nga, ipakita mo sa camera.
Article 11 lang naman ito
Artikulo.
Nakialaman,
the
tanong,
public
maningil.
offices
I think,
part.
all encompassing,
Nakialam.
andyan lahat yung mga dapat gawin. Paliwanag mo.
Well, importante kasi kailangan ang sakit ng Pilipino pagkatapos ng halalan, pinapaubayan na lang natin sa mga leader natin yung pagtakbo ng ating gobyerno. And ang mali dito dahil hindi natin binabantayan, hindi natin pinapanagot, no? Nagiging entitled itong mga natin. Important sa lahat ng mga desisyon ng pinuno natin mga no? kung anong katapos ba ito ba tulong sa ating no? Dapat kung tuloy ninyo ano man it is what itong gawa. Takot itong mga takot sa Diyos. People, alam natin na Jimmy na eh. Go to mass, they go...
Okay. Kung ang ano na hinap no? At inayawan o marami nang umayaw alam no? Ang papalit naman no? Pura ko doon na talaga namang may okay. Kilos ng baliw, no? Yung dapat na kilos ng ano ng o ng mamaya harapan dapat na panawagan. Kasi ang mga nagtatakumbinsihin yung militar to, yun din ang tinanong ko dun sa spokesperson ng ano na in-interview natin last week, no?
Colonel
Ng
Padilla,
militar,
yeah.
Sabi ko, pumasok dun sa kampo, kinausap yung mga generals na active at kinukumbinsi kayo ng withdrawal of support. Yun, action yun ng mga ano, mga Duterte, di ba? Nung grupo na gustong i-undermine yung ano, yung September 21. Ngayon, ang point, hindi naman din sila nagpakumbinsi. Pero ang punto, may kondisyon. May kondisyon. Yung ibig sabihin, pangkalahatang kalagayan, di ba? Na maaring mag-necessitate, maaring magtulak, no? Doon sa panawagang, ano alternatibo na natin, nakakabwisit na. Anong tingin mo?
Well, yun nga eh. At this point, yun yung debate. No? Are we going to go in a uncharted waters, no? Na panawagan ng iba na transition, revolutionary, pero
Resign all.
na hindi natin alam kung
Resign
ano yung
all.
mangyayari.
Pero hindi ba, meron naman tayong Biblia.
Hindi
And that
nam-
is the Constitution.
Well, yung
The
iba
road-
kasi, well, ito
Gusto
yung
nila,
well, kasi iba, if you look at what happened in Nepal, no? Tama nga si Jimmy, social media lang 'yan, tinanggal ng internet, nagkagulo, no? Pero very impatient. Very impatient ang mga bata dahil nasanay eh. Everything they can get right away. And this is dangerous because if we tell them shortcuts are the answer, walang pinagkaiba yan sa EJK.
correct.
No? Parang mahirap yung bahala na si Batman eh. No? So we have the Constitution, not perfect, no? But it's what should guide us. Now, there are lines of succession there: death, incapacitated, resignation. Ngayon, yung bago nga dyan, yung hindi naman bago, pero yung senaryo na nakikita, dapat sabay nga mag-resign. Pero ang tanong, mangyayari ba yan? Diba?
Not in our universe.
That's why.
What universe are we talking about?
Oh.
That those holders of power will resign.
Kaya
Di
nga.
ba?
Kaya ang hirap eh. Hindi pwedeng hindi tayo sigurado kung saan natin idadala. Dahil kung papasok tayo sa tinatawag nating revolutionary government or transition council or whatever, what will be the guidelines on how they will run the government because they already set aside the constitution.
The problem with that is, nangyari na yan eh. President Cory,
Yes.
after the People Power Movement, put up a revolutionary government. Everybody resigned and all that. And she had that unique opportunity in history to change the course of our country and our people. And yet, she made the mistake of choosing the wrong people around her who did the same thing. Nagpayaman, greed and power.
Mag-anak ang corporation.
Hindi, nag-political dynasty din habang nagmamajong siya with her kumares there in the palace. I mean, so it is not a solution. I think pinag-uusapan natin anong mangyayari. To me, pareho pa rin yan. You're talking about the youth. Voters education pa rin yan.
That's why. At
Miski
the end of
anong
the day-
sabihin natin, miski na sabihin natin, tanggalin natin ang political dynasty. Hindi naman miski na may political dynasty, sandali ka, Jimmy, miski na may political dynasty, hindi naman kailangan iboto ng tao yung nasa
Tama.
political dynasty.
Agreed.
So wag na tayo mag-concentrate on na change the constitution. Change the mindset of our voters. And
Yes.
you're talking about the youth. Meron ba tayong programa sa opposition to do that? Consistent voters education.
I think voters education has always been there. Ang problema nga, how do you address yung issue of kasi no
Economic
matter
pa rin.
ang tagal na natin nagkakaroon ng voters education. Bawat eleksyon,
Yes,
bawat parokya nagkakaroon ng voters
Erin,
education.
Since 1901.
Oo, nagkakaroon ng discernment ang simbahan. No, ayaw nga ng simbahan sabihin kung sino yung kandidato na preferred nila dahil they feel that is
Pero sinasabi ng church, tanggapin nyo yan, yung pag bribe ka ng tanggapin nyo yung pera, pero iba yung ibot. Meron bang moral clarity yun?
Kaya
You
nga
receive the bribe, but vote for another
and
candidate?
then you're fighting against yung masama rin, well,
Moral clarity?
both good and bad, yung utang na loob na ugali rin ng mga Pilipino, di ba? Natulungan mo, syempre, ay may utang na loob ako sa kanya.
Okay.
Yan ang mahirap dito.
Alam mo, maganda yung talakayan natin. Ang daming trolls na nagsasabing, oy ka Jimmy, sabi mo, baliw daw si Sarah, ikaw daw magpa-psycho test. That means ang daming
Nakikinig.
nanonood na
Monitor na
touch.
tayo. Maganda, nagmamonitor yung mga DDDs.
Mga trolls. Maraming salamat sa mga nakikinig at mga trolls natin at sa ating loyalist. Si Jawa daw nakikinig din. Hello daw sa atin. And many people are reacting. Sabi nila, dilawan daw tayo dito, pinklawan, NPA supporters. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It just shows that we are contributing to the discussion.
Yes, yes.
Dapat talaga makialam.
Makialam.
At
Kailangan.
nagpapasalamat
Dahil
tayo
para
sa
doon
mga
negatibong,
nakikinig.
mga comment. Thank you. Dahil nakikinig ka.
Thank you. Makinig kayo next week. Mas marami tayong pag-aawayan next week. We lack time. Your invitation to tomorrow's rally.
Yeah,
Well,
1 minute to 15.
sa lahat ng pong nanonood dito sa programa ni Attorney Lorna at ni Ka Jimmy, inaanyayahan po namin kayo bukas sa People Power Monument. May mga assembly points po. 7 o'clock po, nandyan po sa Petron, Connecticut, ang sektor po na mga manggagawa, dun sila mag-assemble. Yung civil society organizations ay mag-assemble sa EDSA Shrine. Pagdating po ng alas 8, 7:30 magsisimula maglakad ang mga manggagawa. Southbound ng EDSA, mag-U-turn yan sa may Ortigas and walk towards the People Power Monument dahil syempre araw ni Bonifacio po ito, di syempre manguna ang ating mga manggagawa. Yung civil society organizations bubuntot sa mga manggagawa mula sa EDSA Shrine. We are hoping to reach EDSA Shrine by around 8:45. Magsisimula po yung programa doon. Programa muna ng mga manggagawa up to around 10 o'clock and then interfaith. And then at around 10:15 to 10:30, we will have the Catholic Mass led by bishops and Cardinal Ambo will be there. And then by around 11:45, magsisimula na ang civil society speakers all the way up to around 3. And then between them would be the different performers who are supporting the rally.
So, ang pinaka-venue is the
People Power Monument.
People Power
And ngayon,
Monument.
for those who are going to try to pass White Plains Avenue, the whole strip will be closed. No? So if you're going to White Plains, the better area to pass is Boni Serrano. Or if not, you pass Temple Drive. Pero maraming tao rin ang mag-assemble sa Temple Drive because dyan ang designated assembly point ng mga archdiocese, iba't ibang mga archdiocese.
Okay, maraming salamat. Kulang na po tayo sa panahon dito sa laban para sa karapatan. Ang message natin ay makialam, magtanong at manindigan. See you all tomorrow sa People Power Shrine.
Kita-kita
Ka, Jimmy?
tayo sa People's Power Monument.
Okay, whether left, right, or center, magdasal na lang tayo para sa bayan natin. Ito po si Attorney Lorna Patao Kapunan with my co-host Jimmy Regalario. Dito tayo sa Laban para sa Karapatan. Susunod na po si Miss Celia Ortega Bueno at Raul Esperas.
Sumainyo ang